Hello, hello. 看一下大家有没有准时上课。Let me see if everyone's on time for today's class. I think I can give you guys like a 10-minute grace period. 今天是第一堂课，所以给你们10分钟。Roll call， 点一下名。Hello 从洽 ，Hello 阿 K。Hello Vero，Hello Leon。
H0 たるアンダーバー光、ようこそ、新しい部下さん、31万ズスタックインハーベースメント。
Hasn't it been that long? Thank you for that. I'm not sure when's the last time I appeared, but yeah, it's been a while, and today we're gonna start, I would say, trying something new. So yeah. And for all that did not turn up today or late, your name will be pinned down for future reference, and it may or may not affect your credit. 之后如果迟到或者是没有到的话，会影响你们的学分 ，OK？ Let me just adjust this real quick. Okay, so you might be wondering what we're gonna talk about the first class. 今天是我们的第一堂课。好，我在之前就是有一直在想，要就是讨论什么课题 ，like what kind of topics we should do, but I think it can be like really random. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. 有什么意见的话，也可以跟我说。但是今天我们的课题就是Lex 今天我们的课题 Our topic for today is how to slack off. Okay, not exactly slack off, but like, you know, talk. Lex, you're in the way. 这样子人家会以为我在睡觉，好吗？ He's kind of like refusing to leave. 要如何请假，然后不被发现 ？OK。好，暂时把他先赶走。 如何在第一天惹新手老师生气？不要这样，会被打。OK， 打你的小屁屁。好 ，Let's go into this topic. I guess it's usually about whether it's school or work. 可以适用于上课或者是上班，应该都差不多。OK。我们第一节就先想一下你们自己，当你们没有出现在我的直播的时候，当你们没有上课的时候，你们给我的理由是什么 ？For all who is late today, what is your excuse? Okay, anyone who's joining us past this point needs to give me a proper reason as to why they're late. 现在已经8点11分 ，OK， 在这1分钟之后呢，就是全部迟到，要告诉我一个认真理由。OK， 第一章的内容，烂理由排行榜 ，OK。What are like the top worst excuses? Are you guys proud of me? I have like prep. 我这个新的老师竟然有准备東西，是不是很 ？I'm so proud of myself. Alvaro should go up to the front of the class and tell us his experience. Yes, you should probably. For later, there will be a quiz. 之后会有一个。之后会有一个时间让你们告诉我 ，OK， 一个小考，你们告诉我一个合理跟推荐的一个经典的理由。I would say, what do you think are like the worst excuses? The snack of notes. Okay, the first one. My phone died. I feel like this one is just like, at this day and age, is like if you can say that you forgot to go to work because your phone XYZ is just like absolutely bullshit. Okay, like people will know. 这根本就应该不会有人相信吧？这个，就算是上班或上学都不会有人相信。OK， 直接打电话给你，把你打醒。OK， So I would say this is like the top number 1 worst reason because everybody charges their phone before they sleep. Okay, 所有人都会给自己的手机充电。如果你在睡觉前没有帮自己的手机充电的话，你是一个异类。Okay, you are weird. 所以所有上班或上学的人，记得帮我把手机充电，随时可以来看我上课。OK。Not allowed to have a dying phone. That is a rule. Okay. Top excuse number 2. This one I feel like 很多人都可以 relate, especially Alvaro. 帮你点名 OK. Hello Matthias, you are late. Matthias 先生，你今天迟到。You have to give me a proper reason as to why you're late today. Second worst excuse. I drank too much last night. First of all, if you're studying, you probably shouldn't be drinking. So that is never a good excuse. Right? I know like this is probably the real situation for most people. 这应该是很多人的真实的情况，可是你没有必要把这个当作理由 ，OK？ 这个理由肯定不会被接受。This is not an acceptable reason. I mean, there are pros in being honest, but not in a career setting, OK？ 这个要好好记住，写一下你的笔记 ，OK？ Put it down into your notes. Honest is only good when you're talking to me, not to your bosses. So, that is second top. Because I would say people will also think that you're very irresponsible if that is your excuse as to why you're late or why you didn't get to work, okay? 完全不能被接受。Okay, this is really funny because the fact that someone would use this as an excuse. Next one. 家里断水，我不能洗澡，所以不出门。There's no water, so I can't shower, so I refuse to leave the house. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, are you an idol or what? Like, you need to look. Do you not have like a fragrance or something to just like clean yourself? There's literally the university, or like most people go to school or go to their workplace looking like crap, okay? 这个有够烂，是 OK 不能哦，今天我不能洗头了，所以我不能来。What? Okay, unacceptable. People would be like, you're vain and you're irresponsible. So this is also one of the worst reasons and excuses that you can use that nobody would ever believe, okay? Guys in my class don't even shower. Exactly what I mean. So that is like people go out of the house without showering, wash their hair, whatever, all the time. Okay, you're not special. So don't use this as an excuse. This other one. I'm not encouraging you to not shower. Okay, guys, 我要澄清一下，如果你们可以，当然是要洗澡。OK， 大家不要臭臭的出门，但是这个不能当做是一个理由。OK， This is not an excuse for you to not shower. 这个不是一个不洗澡的理由。OK。Don't shower when they're late. No. This is not, like I said, not an excuse to not shower. But I'm saying, nobody will believe you. Alright, the next really horrible one. Let me give you a hint. It is something to do with a friend. I feel like any excuses where you're just like using your friend as a reason is probably not the best, but can you guess what this reason is? 我的朋友怎么样了 Your friend explode. Why? What's with you and explosion like that? 这样子不好哦。You need to stop thinking that everything explodes. I'm not sure what this with your obsession with explosions, okay? Okay. My friend got dumped and have to cry with them all day. This is also very, very, very top up in the worst excuses ever. As what do you mean cry with them all day? All day, like literally all day? And what does that have to do with you? You're not the one getting dumped. I feel like saying that, oh, I got dumped, also a really, really, really bad excuse, but maybe a little better than my friend got dumped. What do you mean I did the dumping just to give them an excuse? No, that's not how it works. 今天就是朋友分手的时候要全程陪哭，这个根本就是烂理由 ，OK？ 又不是你自己分手，如果是你自己分手的话，还情有可原，好吗？情有可原。虽然也是很烂的理由，人家会觉得你是这样恋爱脑吗？还是干嘛的？Okay, still a really, really bad excuse. If you ever use this excuse for me, then I will expect you to stay on stream with me the whole time because I'm sad. She made an excuse not to go to work just to prepare for the stream. This stream is so well prepared. Did you spend all day on it? I do my homework sometimes. I am a professional teacher. Okay, Yuri sensei is good at her job sometimes. You don't have friends so you can't use it. Yeah, that might also be the case. Right? Okay, this is kind of like the next one is similar to what you guys have brought up, but worse version. Okay, the next one, something to do with car crash or an accident. 这跟出车祸有关。我梦见今天会出车祸，所以不敢出门。This is so much worse than actually lying and saying that you got into a car crash. I dreamt that I'd get into an accident, so I'm staying home. What? Do you think we're like living in like what's that movie called where people die? And like the weirdest things happened after like seeing that like Final Destination, is that it? Yeah, this is not Final Destination, this is real life. So and also you're not like a fortune teller or I don't know, a magician. Okay, so you can't use that as an excuse unless you can tell the future or something. You're like a clairvoyant every single time. My horoscope today isn't good, so I'm staying home. Yeah, that's probably worse than this one. A brownie point for Leon. 因为星座而不出门，这个理由更烂 ，OK？ 很好，很好。 horoscope is always the best excuse for anything. Not really. Not for work. Okay, the next one. I think this one is not that. I wouldn't say it's ridiculously bad. 这个不能说是很怎么说，不能说是太夸张或是太不合理，但是就会觉得很懒。OK， so basic， 这么普通，太简单的理由，然后基本上是所有人都会用，然后所有人都会觉得你只是在说而已。OK， I'm not feeling well. It's like, you know, like in that movie Mean Girls, where the girl's just like, I'm sick. That's how this feels like. 这个就是第一时间就被问一下，详细的资料，你就会很容易穿帮 ，OK？ Something that is similar to this one， 跟这个很相似的一个 ，My pet is sick， 这个也是很懒 ，OK？ 哦，我的狗狗生病了，哦，我的猫猫生病了 ，so basic， and also hint. Please do not use this if you don't have a pet. Okay? Like if you don't have a pet, 完全你在你同事或者是老师面前没有提过你家里有宠物，然后你突然说你家的宠物病了 ，That's dumb. Okay? If you've never mentioned it before, or like you don't even have a pet, and then out of nowhere you're like, my pet is sick. 哦，有学生问问题。I got one of my favorite excuses. New game dropped today, so I won't be coming in. 不行 Not an acceptable excuse. If there's a new game dropping, then you should still attend class and watch me play the game. My neighbor's pet got sick? No, that doesn't work either. 你邻居家的宠物病了，那更不干你的事吧？不能乱讲。Okay, if any of these lame excuses enter my ears, I will pull you out of bed and make sure you come to class, right? Okay, so that's for chapter 1. Worst and lame excuses. Everybody got it? Have you taken notes? What is acceptable and what is not acceptable? And so what about my house flooded because it's monsoon season? You should still be able to show up with your phone. We're all digital nowadays. That's not an excuse. Yurinee was confirmed the mean girl in school. Oh, thank you. All right. Next, okay, everybody ready for chapter 2? My school is also flooded and fucked up my car. Oh, that's really unfortunate. But after COVID, everyone is so used to just doing online classes, right? 现在你不出门也可以上班上学，所以这完全不是理由了，已经。Hold on, I forgot my notebook at home. You don't need your notebook. You just reminded me of a professor over a decade ago. After missing a class, girl asked silly question, just watch my previous class on YouTube. Exactly. And anyone who misses this stream, 有谁没有看到今天的这课的话，下一堂课会抽问哦。The next class, I will be like pulling up like quizzes and questions about this class. So like if you miss out, you better like do some revision, okay? 会聪明。I'll be like pulling you guys out from a hat and like asking questions. Make sure you guys can answer. Alvaro, stop eating everybody's homework. Okay, in terms of suggested excuses, what do you think? It's like key point number 1. I think there are several types of excuses. 第一个重点，划重点 ，OK， 会考。The first one, it needs to be somewhat emotional. Okay, you have to like. Of course, it depends on like who you're saying it to. If you're saying it to me, I don't give a fuck because I'm like apathetic. But if you're like, if you have like a colleague or a boss or someone who actually cares, this is usually a good type to go with. Okay, an example. Yuri's basement exploded. That has nothing to do with Hota missing work, okay? For example, a family member's health suddenly took a turn. Okay, it's not you yourself, but it's like somebody in your family suddenly, you know, especially if it's like they know that you have like an elderly at home or like, you know, usually this works and it's kind of hard to question. 就很难会被问到这个东西的一些 detail。就如果你自己生病的话，你老板可能会问你，哦，你怎么了？ But you know, like if you're sick, your boss would be, what's wrong with you? But if you say that my family member is ill and I really have to attend to this, of course, throw in some emotion, okay, people? Repeat after me. You need to like put in some voice acting skills into this. Because if it's your family situation, it's usually harder for them to really question what are the details and like what happened. They can't be like, oh, your family's sick, your mom's sick. What happened to her? Right? 他们不能直接问说，哦，你妈怎么了？你爸怎么了？ So this is 4 out of 5 stars in terms of recommendation. So I did mention this one first because it doesn't work for everybody. Some bosses or teachers just don't give a fuck and have zero emotional intelligence, so this may or may not work. Alright? Number 2. Number two would be health. So one of the top worst excuses was I'm sick. Okay? So that was a bad example. 之前我们有聊过一个不好的，就是我生病了，我身体不舒服，是一个不好的一个 example。OK， 什么一个是好的 example 呢？今天一个好的一个推荐的一个 How can we make it more acceptable? Okay. I felt slightly feverish last night and I don't want to risk spreading it. Okay. 昨天有点温度有点略高，我怕传染给你们，所以我还是不来了。That is so much better. The reason being, you look responsible. You know, especially after COVID, after this season, influenza, everything. You know, when people hear you say that, you're like, oh, so responsible. Thank you. Thank you for thinking about that and not wanting to spread it to everyone. Got it? Don't just say, I'm not feeling well. Alright? At least try to sound more responsible. Not that, 不是我不想要来工作，可是我很就是 医生说可能就是很容易会传染。Much better. Much better. Okay? It's the tone and the intention. It's not about you not wanting to come to work because you are not feeling well. It's because the consideration for other people. Okay? Is the thought, and the persona of pretending that you want to work. But I also care for your well-being, so. Alright. Take down notes. I tested positive for COVID but decided to come into work. You see, that could have been like the perfect day to call in sick. Because that's legitimately what happened. You're supposed to have a medical certificate if you actually have COVID. You really shouldn't be spreading. Okay, the next one, right? This, I would say, one of my more preferred one is a corporate trap or guilt tripping your supervisor. Okay, so this one is also really high up on the recommendation list. Also 4 out of 5, 也是4颗星。正在处理另一个紧急的事。Okay, I have something more important, more urgent. I'm trying to solve your shit. Okay, so that's why I'm running a little late. It's kind of similar to, my previous meeting overran because, something urgent, something crazy went up. 这个也是一个很好用的一个。因为呢，你 对，怎么说？你对你的主管说这种话的时候，他没有办法去反驳你。Your boss wouldn't be able to say like, why? Because they would want you to settle shit. They would want you to fix your project or whatever the hell that you need to do. Okay? Almost passed out in the middle of a text call yesterday. Always show up late meetings blaming Yurinee. No, that's not what I meant. But you can at the same time make it sound like you're very highly efficient, you know, highly efficient, very professional, and your boss will shut up. Okay? 就听起来就是你好像一直都很忙，所以你的主管没有办法去反驳你这件事情。Okay, the next one. The next one's pretty common, but there's some tips and tricks to this excuse, which is related to transportation. A friend didn't let me leave her live stream. That's definitely somebody else, right? Okay, so naturally, any transportation excuses is 4-star, but you need to add in the details. 重点划重点是要一些 details. 如果你是单纯说，哦，今天堵车 No, not enough. You have to add in the actual details that are like realistic enough to make it believable. Okay, this suggested excuse is 4 stars. It works the best if there's actually a train situation and you actually stay in that area. Perfect. And then whether it's like Uber or Grab or whatever, there's a surge and you couldn't get any drivers. Very, very highly realistic as well. And if you want to make this 4-star excuse to become a 5-star excuse, you, boom, with screenshot proof. S tier. Okay? 如果有图去做证明的话，这就是 perfect， 直接是5颗星。So remember, guys, in terms of suggested and effective excuses, you need to add in the details and you need to put up a persona and add in the emotional side and say it with conviction. Okay? This one is more like a bonus one. I wouldn't say it's effective, but this I feel like this is an interesting one. I need to reset my mental state. 这个真是超我需要 reset 我的精神状态。This one would put people in like what the fuck? And if you're Gen Alpha, this one would suit you and fit into your persona perfectly. If you're above 30, please don't do this. People will be like, you faker. 如果你30岁以上的话，就不要用这个，没有人会相信你 ，OK？ 你30岁以上的话，就没有人在管自己的精神状态，全部都是疯子。Right? And if you were to ever use this line, make sure to say it so that people can feel the aura of you being so done with the job. 我需要 reset 我的精神状态。I need to reset my mental state. Right? You need to say it with that aura. That aura of you not wanting to work anymore. 受够了这份工。Okay, so that's it for chapter 2. Now, quiz. 小考时间。Okay. Have you guys been taking notes? What are the first 2 types of excuses that I have recommended or suggested? The excuse type. 有没有听课？ Have you guys been listening? Have you guys been paying attention, taking down notes? Hota, emotional, very correct. That's our top student right there. 我们的学霸。Okay, you can leave it for the rest of the class to answer the second one. What is the second type? What is the second type? Matthias, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. 上课就本来就不应该迟到，好吗？打手板。I'm gonna hit your palms. Nobody else knows what's the second type except for Hota? Have you guys not been listening? 全部都没有在听课吗？你们在？怎么可以这样？Hota got straight A's. Yes, Hota is the best student in this class. With everybody not knowing the answer to this one simple question. 是怎样？完全真的是不知道吗？这题应该蛮简单的吧？ This is a really simple quiz. 冲墙 bad students. Illness. Yes, half correct. It's about health. Okay, you are now forgiven for being late because you got the quiz correct. Just rewind. That's cheating. That's cheating. Okay, so there are quite a few different types of excuses that you can use in terms of like suggested ones, but use them wisely. Wisely, okay? 要好好使用。你们怎么可以这样？要好好听课。Please pay attention in class, people. Okay. 难道是喜欢被骂吗？ Do you guys like to get scolded? Scolded in class? 罚站？对，罚站英文是什么 ？Gotta time out. Okay, so the third part, I would say, is like I mentioned, it needs to be with practice in terms of how you say it. Of course, if you're sending the excuse via text, the effectiveness will probably be slightly reduced. And you kind of have to like, don't use emojis when you're trying to pull up an excuse, okay? Like, just FYI. You canceled your morning meetings just to not pay attention. Pay attention. Explosives, no. 你们都在乱听课，没有在听清楚。Okay, so for example, like you gotta add in the additional emotions when you say something. Okay. Like, honestly, I don't think I can pull through today. You need to add in the breathless pause and drag it out. Alright, people? Pay attention. You gotta add in the guilty and the drained. Add in some whisper. Oh, I woke up. I feel so shitty. I feel like drained. I feel like I'm gonna drag the team down today. Okay? Add in the emotion and also add in the expression. 这些东西需要练习，台词好好练习 ，OK？ Gotta be sweaty and pale when you say it. That's like additional points if you put on like super pale makeup. Time out for Matthias. That's one of the bad excuses. The bad excuse. So that would be the 3 key points for slacking off without being caught, or at least be realistic with your excuses. Okay, so I am a pro in this area. That's why I can teach. So next time, think carefully when you don't show up for class. 下次没有上课的朋友们，你们记得要好好想一想，要怎么跟我说，怎么跟我好好解释你们为什么没有来上课，好吗？You're saying you never show up to work? No, I show up to work when I want to. Okay. Teacher, can I go eat lunch early? You're hungry? No, you cannot. You can only starve. It's not even lunchtime for you, Alvaro. I know your lunchtime. You can't lie to me. 我觉得最经典的理由是家里门锁坏了，全家出不去。应该不会有这样的情况发生吧 ？That is so unlikely. 这情况也太少见了。But yeah, for bonus, I would say like I think the ones that I've met, like I've heard, like IRL, like really, like 我就是有我的组员跟我说 ，Oh, I need to bring my dad's car to fix. 我需要把我爸的车拿去修，所以我今天不能来上班。这是我真听到的一个理由。It was like mind blowing. I was like, what? What does your dad's car have to do with you coming to work? 完全不能理解。他说他去修他爸的车，所以他不能来上班。完全。所以你们还有听过什么真正听到过的理由，还是你们自己有用过的理由？Any excuses that you've used before that people actually believed and always works? Do we get bathroom pass in this class, or we have to hold it in? You'll have to hold it in. No kidding. You can ask. I will give you permission. Okay, 好。今天 I feel like this is so good. 我觉得我今天真是很棒。今天有为了这堂课做准备，然后我今天超级准时的 ，OK? I've been like really on time today and like perfect. My timing is like it's a 1-hour class. I also didn't want to make it like too long because, you know, I don't want you guys to fall asleep in my class. Yuri would totally make you hold it the whole workday. 不可以吗？不行吗？ I can't? Of course I can. I told people I was going to be late because I just landed that morning from Las Vegas. That will only work if you were sent to Las Vegas for work, no? Take the phone to the bathroom. That's cheating. Alright. 今天补习班就到这里啦。Today's class ends here. I hope all of you guys learned something new today and find this class interesting. Depending on how it goes, we may or may not have other sessions like this where we talk about different topics. Again, feel free to comment what you want me to talk about or any specifics. And if you really want to, you can leave your homework down below in your comments on your best or worst excuse. And I'll call you out next time in class. Alright? And make sure you attend the classes whenever I decide to have one. Okay. Any last thoughts, last questions for today's class? Can I get a refund on my deposit? No. You're forever tied to this class. 标题错了，标题错哦，打错字吗？哦，抱歉。I'm not a Chinese teacher. Okay. 谢谢同学的纠正。我不是中文老师，只是教你怎么摸鱼 ，OK？ All right, people. 我准时下课。I am on time to release the class. I hope you appreciate that. I'm always, I try to be on time. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick and easy class. And I'll see you. 下次记得来上课哦。